Welcome to a unique journey into the life of Mary Magdalene, a figure who has transcended centuries of misconceptions. Discover the truth about this extraordinary woman who defied expectations. Mary Magdalene has been an icon for Christians for nearly 2,000 years. Often, her identity has been confused with other women named Mary in the scriptures. However, Mary Magdalene is a distinct figure. The truth about Mary Magdalene is often obscured by centuries of misinformation. The common narrative portrays her as a former prostitute who abandoned her sinful ways to follow Jesus. However, this association comes from a confusion between her and the unnamed prostitute in the Gospel of Luke who washed Jesus' feet with her hair. Only much later did the Catholic Church clarify that Mary Magdalene was, in fact, a devoted follower of Jesus and not the sinful woman. Pope Gregory, based practically on nothing, declared that this unnamed woman, the sister of Lazarus, and Mary Magdalene were the same person. Only in 1969 did the Catholic Church acknowledge the mistake, admitting they were three distinct individuals. Contemporary biblical research offers a different view of Mary Magdalene, a figure who gains prominence especially in films like Mary Magdalene from 2019. Originating from a prosperous fishing village, Mary Magdalene would have been exceptionally independent for her time, indicating a high social status. Unlike most women in the Gospels, she is not identified by her family relationships. She is simply Mary, following Jesus by her own will. It is theorized that she possessed her own financial resources. She emerges as a strong and vital disciple whose significance has been underestimated throughout history by men in power with specific agendas. Mary Magdalene stands out in the Gospels as a consistent figure. According to the Gospel of Luke, Mary Magdalene was one of Jesus' followers who had been freed from great spiritual suffering. Luke 8:1-3 describes, "Soon afterward, Jesus traveled through towns and villages, preaching and announcing the good news of the kingdom of God. The 12 were with him, as well as some women who had been cured of evil spirits and diseases. Mary, called Magdalene, from whom 7 demons had come out, Joanna, the wife of Chuza, Herod's manager, Susanna, and many others." While many apostles are barely mentioned, she is present in all 4 Gospels. Mark and Luke recount her encounter with Jesus after being freed from demons, and all agree on her presence at the crucifixion, burial, and resurrection. Her importance culminates in being the first to witness the resurrection, being called the Apostle of the Apostles. For an hour or two, Mary Magdalene was the only one who knew about the resurrection, and only Magdalene went to the temple. Before we continue, please help us reach more brethren by liking and sharing this video with those you like. Despite the variations in the Gospels, Mary Magdalene is highlighted as a leader of Christianity in narratives beyond canonical scriptures. A lost gospel, the Gospel of Mary, emerged in 1896, revealing an intriguing story. In it, Mary Magdalene is described as the one who, after the resurrection, faced the apostles' reluctance to preach Jesus' teachings. Her courage and unique understanding of Christ's message are highlighted, provoking resistance among some. The theory of the marital relationship between Mary Magdalene and Jesus, popularized by Dan Brown in the Da Vinci Code, is not a novelty. The official Gospels present a significant gap in Jesus' life, fueling speculations about his marriage to Mary Magdalene and the fatherhood of 2 children, as suggested in the book The Lost Gospel. Leonardo da Vinci's fresco, The Last Supper, also sparks conspiracy theories about Mary Magdalene, although the Gospels do not mention her at the last meal. Some interpretations suggest her hidden presence in the work, including claims of a representation of her holding a baby. Various legends about Mary Magdalene, including a journey to France after being placed in a boat without sails or oars, add layers to her figure. The discovery of the supposed remains of Mary by Charles de Resurz of France in 1279, although shrouded in mystery, led to the veneration of her bones. Even with her historical and spiritual importance, the Catholic Church only recently recognized Mary Magdalene, elevating her to a feast day on July 22nd. Putting her on the same level as the 12 male apostles. In the Gospel of John 20:16-18, Mary encounters the resurrected Jesus in the garden. John 20:14-16. She said this and turned around and saw Jesus standing there, but she did not know that it was Jesus. Jesus said to her, "Woman, why are you crying? Who are you looking for?" Thinking he was the gardener, she said to him, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have put him, and I will get him." Jesus said to her, "Mary." She turned toward him and cried out in Aramaic, "Rabboni." "Go, however, to my brothers and tell them I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." Mary Magdalene went to the disciples with the news, her authenticity as an evangelizer recognized, acknowledging her special role in Jesus' life and in spreading the gospel after his departure. Pope Francis highlighted her authenticity as an evangelizer, recognizing her role in Jesus' life and in spreading the gospel after his departure. If you've made it this far, please type Magdalene in the comments. Thank you for watching.